Hey, wow, we should be live. Hooray. I'm going to check Twitch to make sure that we are, to make sure everything is good. I hope everyone is enjoying the straw poll that is in chat. All you people in chat, all 7 of you. Let's see here. Start that. Yeah, it looks like we are live. Everything works. Nothing is my fault. Fantastic. Okay. Hey everybody, my name's Lex, and this is Seekers of the Scorpion Crown on the Greyhawk channel. We are a weekly Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern, BX D&D game. For those who don't know, BX D&D is the rule set published in 1981 for Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, let's see, caveats. We are using that rule set, except we're using Ascending Armor class instead of Descending, and we're using an attack bonus instead of THAC0. I've got some wonderful players, who I'm going to introduce in just a second, but before we do that, I just need to talk for a quick second about our wonderful sponsors. Ba-boom, transition. Hey! Thanks to all our sponsors, particularly, first and foremost, those Patreon patrons and Twitch subscribers. You guys are the backbone of the Greyhawk channel, and you make this stuff happen. Without your support, I wouldn't be able to do this game, so I really appreciate it, so thank you so much. Up next, we have Roll20. It's a virtual tabletop. You can find it by going to roll20.net. Roll20 is officially or the Greyhawk channel, I should say, is officially supported by Roll20. So go use that. You can either use it for free, or if you'd like to pay to use it, it has a subscription model, which allows you to do things such as access lighting effects and things. It's very cool. Up next, we have Heroic Maps. Heroic Maps, they're a big sponsor of the show. They are battle maps that you can buy on DriveThruRPG. Over 300 maps up there. So go and check them out if you want to find some battle maps for your game. They're good stuff. Next, we have Tabletop Loot. You can go over to tabletoploot.com and enter Greyhawk in the coupon code and get 15% off of your dice order. So, hey, go do that. Why not? Free discount on dice. Good time. And hey, if you are a Twitch sub or a patron, you get access to even more special, more awesome discounts because of your amazing support. So if you go over to the private section of the Greyhawk Discord, you can find coupon codes to ruinc.com and Cantrip Candles. So get those sweet discounts. You deserve it. And it's a nice thank you, you know? Boom, we're back over here. Wow, I got through that so quickly. Now, let's talk for a second about who these people are who are in windows all around me and what they are playing. So please give me your name and your main character, what class they are, you know. Also pronouns, always good. And this week, let's start with Davis.
Wow, didn't expect Davis to be the first one. Hello, I'm Davis. My character's name is Anand. Goes by he, him pronouns. I'm also Davis. Go by they, them pronouns. That's it. Next person.
Michaela.
Hi, I'm Michaela. My pronouns are she, they, and today I will be playing Elson the Cleric, and Elson uses he, him pronouns.
Very cool. Wild Engineer.
Yes, hi, I'm Wild Engineer, he, they. I am playing Randall, the magic user, and he's got a whole whopping 4 HP. He's amazing.
Amazing. All right, last but not least, Jordan.
I'm Jordan. I am playing Jarmy the fighter, who has a sweet battle axe and is excited to attack things today. Now that I realized I have a +1 to my attack that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
So it's really great. And my pronouns are he, him.
Very cool. All right, and I'm Lex. Pronouns are he, him. You can. I'm the DM. That's what I do. I play all of the other characters. Yep. So, what happened last time on this game? Well, some stuff. we had a special guest last time. Katie was on, and we did a little mini dungeon with her. That was cool. But that session started with the adventurers facing down a big, gross snake. Luckily, they were able to defeat it and get out of that gross, watery hole in the ground, and set out across the desert with their retainers, and also the very intelligent Lareth Kingsmill, the archaeologist, and Farid, the shifty character. Farid proved himself to be quite shifty. He continued to just be shifty throughout the game. Every time I had him say another line of dialogue, he just became shiftier. It was a thing. But he's trying to lead them to the Var Oasis, which is a trading post type area, and a nice place to get some camels, get some water, relax, have a nice vacation. So the party's heading that way. On the way, they ran into a caravan of sleeping people out in the middle of the desert. And in the background, a large white tower that had just seemingly appeared out of nowhere. They befriended a cleric from the caravan, played by Katie. Then they went to investigate the tower. There were all sorts of weird things about that tower. It was bigger on the inside than it was on the outside. It was a real Doctor Who reference, that whole episode. There was even outer space. Davis almost fell into outer space. It would have been great. So they ended up finding some cool items, avoiding some traps and puzzles, and making their way all the way to the top of the tower. And they met a wizard who was from the ancient civilization that existed in this land long ago and sort of all died out in some sort of strange cataclysm like 1,000 years ago or something. She was really nice, if a little reclusive, but pretty nice, and she gave the party an amulet that allows them to break an ancient magical seal just once, and then sent them on their way. After which point, her tower disappeared, moving to another place and another time, because again, Doctor Who references. So, gosh, you guys are traveling through the desert. I think you were going to rest for the night, and you can start off making the last leg of your trip to the Oasis in the morning. So, is there anything you're doing when you're resting on the dunes?
Well, when we make our camp, Elson will just kind of like plunk down, or set down a cloak, plunk down on it, and he's just like, I'm feeling pretty encumbered right now. I think I might need to bury some stuff in the sand over here. What about you guys? What do you think? How are you feeling?
I like this idea, and I also like writing it down on a map in case we need to come back to this spot. We should put a big X on the map, the location where we buried all of the treasure.
I mean,
So like maybe it would just all get buried by the weather and
mean,
lost forever.
if we wait till we get to town, can't we just sell it? I mean, do we really need all this stuff?
I like that idea if the DM will allow it.
Yes, I will. The DM will allow it. For those watching who are confused by this, I just when I started the campaign, I'm like, I'm not going to do encumbrance rules. What's the point? And then I gave everyone a magnificent amount of gold and had them travel, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. You can't carry like 6,000 gold pieces and just travel across the desert.
Do we have horses, or I forget?
You're traveling. You had to travel out of the city by foot because you took those tunnels. Right.
That's right.
But you can get camels at the Oasis, or so they say. But yeah, so if you are watching and would like to check out the map that we have, I might flash it up on the screen later, but I'll put it up right now, right quick. And it's a pretty good map. Art by @Axebane on Twitter, very cool guy. And it basically, if you are wondering where they are in the map, I'm actually going to do an updated version of the map, probably after you move out of the Oasis, that has one of those little red dotted lines, like Indiana Jones style, that shows where you've gone. But basically, down near the bottom center of the map, like right on the shore, there's a city called Histak. That's where the adventure sort of started, and the Var Oasis is just a couple of hexes above it, and that's where they're about to be. So, you know, good stuff. And, ooh, I'm so flustered. What a day I've had. Let me tell you, let's not play this game. Let me tell you about my day real quick. But actually, while you guys are discussing things, you want to discuss, you certainly can bury things and come back to it if you'd like, because you have your map, so you can mark places on it. But I'm going to start up some music. So, yeah, discuss amongst yourselves plans, secret or not, while I do that.
Do you guys think that there's like a bank at this Oasis, maybe?
I was gonna say, do we want to like just go sell a bunch of stuff?
Well, the selling things that I would have is actual pieces of gold. So maybe
Maybe we can spend it there too.
for some jewelry or like gems.
Yeah, maybe we can exchange them
Yeah.
for gems and stuff.
Fabergé eggs.
Yes, some nice bolts of silk
Eh,
or something.
Won't eggs break?
We're gonna abandon our main quest and just open a merchant store. And I like this idea.
Well, you know, business is probably super great and super awful depending on where you travel in this region. So, okay.
I'm pretty sure if we go behind the army, and we'll be like the richest people everywhere, and so we'll make a killing.
Yeah. Just pay some taxes to the bad guys. I don't know. What do you guys think? What are your plans for when we get to the Oasis? I think I would like a retainer because it's a little bit lonely without Mallory.
I think I should pick up another retainer too. Maybe.
You've still got one.
Yeah. I can add up to 5. Very charismatic.
Maybe.
Do we have a location we're going to after the Oasis? I realize that's a pit stop for us. And then are we traveling further into the desert?
Yes, we're trying to find a lost city of treasure, and so I don't remember if we got exact directions to where that is. I don't think we do yet, but we have some ideas.
Well,
Maybe we can pick up some rumors while we're out there, the Oasis, and see if we can get a direction of where to go.
our guide and historian said they could help us out. I know. Gosh, what was her name again?
The archaeologist is Lareth
Yes.
Kingsmill.
Yeah, I know Lilith said she was looking for it, so she might have a better idea than a lot of people.
When she's sober.
She hasn't had access to alcohol in a little while, so she's doing pretty well.
Well, she's just going through withdrawals. I'm sure it'll go away soon.
I have a feeling she's an alcoholic, so I don't really know about that. But that is a nice thought. I think maybe some time in service to a god, some like holy time might flush it out of her system.
Or I just give her medicine, like normal people.
Well, I mean, as a cleric,
You have medicine?
yes, you have.
Wait a second, you just have medicine?
I have some things, yeah.
The whole party is just like, this whole time, how many characters have died? Someone died to poison, and you had medicine the whole time.
Anand, are you
Well,
fine?
I mean, they died before I could give them the antidote, and I wasn't gonna go and kill myself trying to give them the cure.
It's true. They died before I could give them a healing spell too.
I mean,
It's hard to put band-aids on someone who has been cut completely in half.
I don't know if
Rotten luck. That.
And I don't know if there was the same gas was out of a snake bite, but I'm sure it wasn't.
Mhm.
So we want to head down into that oasis. Oasis.
It is an oasis, yes. Yeah, I
And
think
yes,
that's a good
that sounds
idea.
great.
We'll rest tonight and then finish our travels, or rest today. Are we breaking in the middle of the day or the middle of the night?
I'm assuming that you walk, you pass the Tower of Sleep, right? And then you walk to until it gets dark, and then you're camping, and then you're going to complete your journey the next day. I mean, at least, like, according to the map, you're going to get there the next day.
All right, cool. So camp.
Here's a question. When I finish copying over the scroll to my book, is the scroll still usable, or is that used up?
I think it uses up the scroll.
Okay.
But you're level 2. You've got, like, 2 spells you can cast per day.
Right?
Wow. What a game. So, quick note about the map. I'll put the map back up. I just love this map. Is so good. I love it. So this obviously is has a hex grid on it that I put on. And each hex is 20 miles. The way I'm calculating that is you can walk 10 miles in a day. This is assuming that you have enough water to not get super dehydrated and all that, and you're not tied down with anything specific. And if you have camels or some sort of riding animal, you can cover 20 miles in a day. So assuming you get camels, you travel a hex a day. Just to make everything easy and clear. Okay. So nothing else you guys are doing at night?
Sharpening my axe probably, but other than that, trying to get a good night's rest and stay either cool or warm depending on how the desert is affecting me.
Oh, the desert gets real cold at night.
Yeah.
So you before you guys left, like, Lareth grabbed some extra blankets and whatnot. So you guys should be okay for now. But it's definitely one of those things that you'll want to stock up on when you're at the Oasis. So,
I would like to take the first watch. Does anyone else want to take a watch?
Yeah, I
I can take a watch.
Sure.
Oh, jinx.
How many watches do we need to cover the night? Like 3, 4?
I think 3 is probably good.
Okay.
Well, who needs more sleep right now?
Well, you're prepping spells. You seem really busy. So
Yeah, you should get the long chunk of sleep. So
Right.
either if you wanted to take a watch first or last, so you still get your 8 hours.
I mean, if there's anyone hurt, they might need it more than I do. But
Davis, you're muted.
I'm all good.
all right. Guess I'll get a long night's rest then. Hee.
Anand, if you would like to take first watch with me, maybe we could do some like arm wrestling competitions.
You trying to challenge me to an arm wrestling competition?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
Supposed to say no. Jeremy, you wanna get on this arm wrestling?
I do, but I also want to sleep. So if you guys need I'll take second watch. Go have the most fun with your arm wrestling. I'm already pretty confident that I'm stronger than both of you. So I'll just head over to bed. And you guys have fun with that. All right. And then he lays down and just like within 10 seconds, you hear snoring like he's out under a nice wool blanket.
Alternatively, we could prank Jeremy.
Should we cover him in sand?
We could definitely like bury his feet, so when he tries to get up.
All right. Sounds like fun. Fill his armor with sand, maybe?
That's
Make a
just
sand
cool.
Jarmy? I don't know.
We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it.
We'll figure it out.
So I'm sorry, it was Elson and Anand were first watch.
Yeah.
Jarmy is second. And your retainers can also take watch, or the two
Alright.
NPCs can take watch with some people. So, so first watch starts. Yeah, if Elson and Anand want to have their arm wrestling competition, you can roll off against each other.
All right.
We're all very invested in this now. So.
How do we roll? How do we
So you're doing contested, so I think that would be just as easy as rolling D20, add your strength bonus if you have one. Davis, you have a belt of giant strength, so I'm gonna just give you advantage. I don't know exactly how it would work in these scenarios.
Okay.
And yeah, and whoever has the higher roll. This would make sense to me.
Okay. All right, and we're trying to roll under, right?
Nah, you're trying to beat each other, so you're gonna roll high
Okay.
for
roll
this.
higher. Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
I rolled a 2 and a 19.
Oh, I rolled an 11. So yeah.
I win the first round. Haha. That'll teach you from bragging about your strength.
Yeah.
Elson.
So I just wanted to make sure your belt was still working.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, we're good.
The belt is kind of
You're very
cheap now.
strong. Yeah, I know.
Do you want to try putting it on? See what it's like. Be
Yeah.
crazy strong. Yeah, alright.
Yes.
I'll take the belt off and hand it over.
Right. So does that mean I get advantage? Oh, wait, do I have to attune to it, DM?
I don't think so. I don't think item attunement is a thing in BX.
Okay.
So yeah, you can. Anand takes off the belt and just like gets 2 feet shorter, and then you put it on and you just like get real pumped up real fast.
Wait, does it make me taller? Cause I'm already like over 6 feet.
I just meant that like you have so much muscle mass it makes you seem taller. That's
Oh,
all.
okay, gotcha. I was like, actually 2 feet short. Dang. Okay. All right. So that's 17.
Oh, I rolled another 19.
4. So 17. Oh, you beat me.
Oh my god!
I guess I'll need some practice.
Haha! I triumphed over the belts.
Yes. You can have
The
it
belts
back.
can contain me. I hold the belt
Actually, I
and I'm
think
like,
that-
I've conquered you, belts.
Belts kind of contain people. Yeah.
Keep my
Okay,
pants
here,
up.
you can have it back. All right. Well, maybe we should actually keep watch now.
Yeah, okay. I look out at the desert away in Vista.
Yeah.
Can I see anything?
If you do actually, you look out over the desert vista and you see.
A desert vista?
Yeah, pretty much. To the east, just like the rolling dunes, right? On the horizon, you see, like in the darkness, sort of this jagged streak of lightning. And these, like, really angry-looking storm clouds. But you watch them for a bit, and they're not coming any closer. They just seem to be off in the distance. If anything, they're moving away.
Okay. Looks like there's a storm very far away from here. We'll probably be fine.
Yeah. If it starts to move towards us, maybe we should let people know and have people unequip their metal gear and use wooden instead.
Breath of the Wild, everyone. Gotta get that helmet that makes you immune to lightning.
Yeah.
It's the only way to do it. So, as the longer you watch the storm, so it's just kind of, it's not getting any closer. It's off in the distance. There's a little bit of lightning. It's one of those things where you know how you hear the thunder, the time displacement is greater between them the farther you are away, and it's like there's a lot of time displacement between the thunder and the lightning. So you see it light up like the horizon light up a little bit with like this flicker of light, and then half a minute later you hear a distant sort of rumble, but then you see lightning streak across, and you hear another sound that doesn't sound like thunder. It sounds like a roar, but again very far off and doesn't seem to be getting any closer. Hey Elson, what is your current hit point?
I'm at 13. I haven't taken any damage.
Oh, okay. For some reason I thought the snack did you damage. Okay. But that's it for your watch. That's pretty much all that happens. We move to second watch. Good old Jarmy.
Morning,
Pops
Jarms.
up. I'm ready. And I trip as my feet are buried, and I fall forward. And I'm like, what? Oh, there must have been some wind that buried my feet in the sand, because surely my compatriots wouldn't have done such a thing.
I go and help you up, and I'm like, yep, definitely.
Did you get
definitely the
shorter?
win. No, I didn't get shorter.
You look so much smaller.
Thought you were like.
I like tap
then-
tap the belt, and it
Oh.
kicks in, and I like get beefier.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
You got the belt back? I didn't remember anybody saying that.
Yeah.
I said it a few times.
Oh, okay. I just missed it.
Anything I need to be aware of?
The wind burying people's feet.
Okay. That is something that we need to address.
Yes, keep an eye out for that. Also, there's some lightning really far away.
But nothing that's coming towards us.
Not that we've seen, no. There were some other kinds of roaring as well, but just keep an eye out. Nowhere near.
I think I heard children giggling at one point.
That's terrifying.
Desert children.
The desert kids. What are you gonna do?
The children of the sand.
This was a whole thing last session. We don't need to retread it.
All right, I go to sleep.
So Jarmy, you're keeping watch. Is anybody with you?
No, I think it's just me.
Okay. Well, Lareth might keep
okay.
watch with you. And she's just like, she sits down and sort of like puts her head in her hands, and she's like, oh, it's been too long since I've had a drink.
Yes, we were discussing this earlier, that you might want to tone down on the drinking. You seem to be a lot more clear and focused without it.
She looks daggers at you.
I mean, no judgments here. But yes, in the desert, being dehydrated due to alcohol, not the best situation.
She's like, well, it has let me get some more work done. And she pulls out some papers, and she's like, I've been, these are some of the things I grabbed from the tower. There's some interesting stuff in here. Some bits and pieces that Shemaya seemed to know that, when I think about some of the finds I've made, it actually raises some interesting points. It's just taken a really long time to translate them, but I think I can learn something from this.
Now, I hit my head as I stood up from the sand and fell down, and I'm a little groggy. Shemaya is who?
Shemaya was the owner of the White Tower from last
Oh,
session.
yes.
Yeah.
That's Shemaya, right. Your accent, it cut me off a little bit, sorry. What have you translated so far?
Well, there's this really interesting passage about the Tower of the Sands, and she points to the map, and she's like, so we all know where the Tower of the Sands is, and it's basically farther east of where you're at. But it's just a ruin. The people wind up dead who go there, so a lot of people don't like to go there. But it's I didn't think it was worth exploring, but some of the notes here make it seem like it might be. There might be some stuff held there that could be informative, useful. I don't know.
Useful in, say, a search if someone was looking for a scorpion crown?
Maybe. She's just like, she also gets really close. She's like, hey, what is how many people know that like that's what you guys are looking for?
I don't think we're trying to keep it as secret as possible, and this is between the two of us right now. I know my party doesn't like to talk about it too much because if it's out in the open, we're going to get a lot of heat from that evil wizard king that was going after. I mean, he's looking for it too, we're assuming.
Oh, Rary, yeah, no, he's got to be looking for it.
Yeah. So shh.
Okay. All right.
So it's all hush hush. I mean, we can talk now. We're in the desert. I don't think the desert doesn't have ears as far as I know.
She gets a little closer and she's like, you should be careful about that. Rary's magic is everywhere. And then she looks around like real paranoid and then backs up a little bit.
I do the same thing. I'm a little disappointed because I thought she was going in for a kiss, but then I was like, oh yeah, we're scared. I'm looking at the map. Jordan is.
Sure.
And it looks like this is, and I kind of point, and then I point to the map. So sorry, Jordan can see how far away the Tower of Sands is. But I point to the map and I'm like, if we got camels, how many days do you think it would take us to get to the Tower of Sands? Since you seem to think that it's worth our trouble to explore it.
Just counting these hexes here. It looks like about 5.
Okay. What dangers do you know of in the Tower of Sands?
Well, I haven't been there myself, but I have heard stories, people trying to go to investigating it and just disappearing, never being heard from again. I kind of assumed that there might be some monsters there eating people, but...
Well, it seems really negative. It could just be a really awesome party that nobody wants to leave.
I mean, maybe it's a party that you get enchanted and you can't leave. That could be it.
But, Lareth, I really want to stay positive on this trip, this mission, okay? We have to keep going forward in a positive manner, thinking not everything's out to kill us, not everything is evil magic in the desert trying to listen to our conversation, but we do need to be careful. And I realize I'm contradicting what I just said. And I point to her.
She's just like, she looks at you and she's like, yeah, I definitely need a drink,
and I scan out over the horizon, looking at the lightning and listening kind of intently. Is there anything I need to be paying attention to?
It's the storm hasn't gotten any closer. It's maybe gotten a little farther away, but you can still see it off in the distance. Lareth might comment on like, that's weird. I don't know why there'd be I mean, I guess there are lightning storms in the desert sometimes. Seems odd to me. But
well, there's not a lot of rain in the desert, and I don't see. And I'm looking out at the clouds. Am I seeing that like haze that you can see with rain coming down, or is it just like lightning?
It's just lightning. It's just an electrical storm. Heat lightning. Roll me 1d6. If you are looking around intently, you are.
Yes. So I'm rolling a d6. I get a 5.
Get a 5. Okay. Cool. There is, while you're talking and you're looking out over the storm, you start to feel on the back of your neck just a little pinpricks, and yeah, you do that just in time to put your hand down on a scorpion that was crawling up your back.
That was not the electrical field thought that I was
no.
thinking. I swatted away and I'm like, I do one of these.
The scorpion's really mad that you have messed with it and is going to attempt to sting you as you're trying to flick it off of yourself.
Should definitely pick up some black lights to check the campgrounds.
Yes.
Luckily, you're able to flick it away in time, and it falls like 5 feet away with a I don't know. It doesn't make any noise. It's an insect hitting the sand, and then sort of rights itself and just sort of skitters away angrily. And Lareth is like, "Oh, yeah, they're very poisonous." Do we really not have any alcohol? We don't have any. There's none around.
Is Randall sleeping right now?
He is.
Okay. Randall, I know, has some medicine. There might be some rubbing alcohol. I'm not sure. We'll have to check with his kit, but don't wake him up right now because he needs his rest. He's only got 2 spell slots, and he really needs to make sure that he gets those for the night.
Lareth Kingsmill perks up, and it's just like rubbing alcohol. And then she goes and starts weeding through his stuff.
I mean, just be quiet, and we need that for the
No, I know.
scorpion stings and stuff.
I'll pay him back. I'll pay him back for it. Okay, so that's second watch.
That was fun.
Third watch. Who's in third watch?
My retainer will third watch.
Sure. Fareed will be there. Why not? And did we have? That's it, right? I think that's everybody. Because Randall was gonna sleep the whole time. Get all his rest.
It could be emo.
Oh yeah, you have a retainer too. I forgot. Emo can be there. You can roll. You can role play. I would love to see you role play that character. So you guys are doing that watch. At this point, the storm has pretty much moved far enough away that you can't see it anymore.
Is anyone else up right now?
It's Emil, Sigrid, right, and
Yeah.
Fareed.
Well, seems like nothing going on. Who wants to fight?
I think I'll stay out of this.
Come on, we can put money down on it. I know you like that thing, eh, Fareed? Hey?
I'm sorry,
Eh?
are we betting right
Come
now?
on.
Listen.
Yeah,
Sigrid,
we'll put
you
money
need to
down.
get in on this, please.
Sigrid's hand is just on her face, and she's just like,
See, how about this, Fareed? You put 50 down, I'll put 50 down. If I knock you out, I take it all. If you knock me out, you take it all. Huh? How's that
Okay,
sound?
what does Emil look like?
He's a halfling.
What's his strength score?
Oh,
Try to get an idea of how buff he looks. 10?
10.
Okay. Fareed is just looks at him, looks to Sigrid, looks at him. He's like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah. All right. Sigrid, you're gonna have to ref this. Make sure that you don't do nothing dirty. Like no knives, no weapons, just straight up first one unconscious wins.
she sits down, pulls out an apple, and starts eating it, and just watching you guys. She doesn't say anything to you. She's just watching you guys.
Fareed immediately tries to sucker punch you. What's your armor class?
17, but I also get -2 to hit.
Oh. Yeah, no, he doesn't hit. So he's like, while Emil walks over to Sigrid, he's like, "You got to make sure he doesn't do anything dirty." Fareed is like, just tries to whack you over the head, and he just totally misses and falls into the sand next to you.
I was like,
That's fine.
"That's what I'm talking about." I'm guessing a 5 doesn't hit.
No, it does not.
Yeah, so I'm guessing Fareed probably puts his hand out and Emil's just wailing.
Fareed tries to whack you again. Oh, he hits that time though. You take just 1 point of damage, of subdual damage.
Cool.
Boom.
Alright. I'll get you this time. 12?
12 hits.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing that's This is just fisticuffs, so I'm pretty much just one hit each, right? 1 point of damage.
Yeah, it's 1 point of damage unless you have a strength modifier, and then that would make it more, but you don't. So, yeah. You just punch Fareed right in the face. Yeah, you guys keep going at it. Because it's only one. How many hit points does Imol have?
He has 10. Well, it's 9 after that first hit. But...
Okay, because that's around how many hit points Fareed has. So let's assume that you guys are duking it out. And just, like, beating each other to a pulp. Assuming, like, the law of averages says, because I don't want to do 10 different attack rolls. You're just beating each other up. You're both, by the end of it, you both have, like, 1 hit point. You're really bloodied. And Sigrid, you've been watching this whole thing. Sigrid is, the apple is finished at this point, and these two are just, like, panting. And they're just all, like, bruised. Their clothing's all torn.
Nice rest, guys. Good job.
Just beating up each other. And
looking good.
Fareed's like, I'm not done. I'm gonna get that gosh darn gold. So go ahead and roll one more.
You can try. 7.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't hit either. And he falls in the sand next to you and he's like, okay, just it's fine. I know I can't do it. I'm too tired.
But we'll call it a draw this time. I swear, next time. But I'm not wearing my plate armor. I'll be faster and stronger. I swear to God.
Ooh, good job.
Yes, Sigrid is so unimpressed by all of this.
All right, she's actually gonna take a look and like look around at what's going on.
Sure.
Actually take watch.
Yeah, they haven't been paying attention to anything.
I rolled a 3 on a d6.
Sure.
You didn't tell me to roll anything.
I didn't, but there's nothing going on. Completely,
Great.
The storm has moved away. It's just silent. You can hear the wind blowing in the distance, swirling up a little bit of sand every once in a while, but otherwise nothing.
Does it sound like there have been any kids nearby?
No, it does not, because there are no desert children. That's something you made up.
I don't know about that.
Oh. So, you guys go to bed. The night ends. You wake up the next morning. Fareed is very sore, but he's like, oh gosh, thank goodness we're about to be in an oasis. Kingsmill is like, it was an okay night. It was an alright night. Yep.
Why do you look hungover?
I look yeah, I wouldn't know.
You look hungover, and you smell it. I can smell alcohol.
I found some.
We had alcohol.
We had.
Did you guys have any alcohol? Were you holding out on us in this long desert journey?
I mean, there might be some in some of the potions I had. But, I mean, hope no one drank our healing potions.
I have water and holy water.
I just have water. I didn't.
Like,
Jeremy, did you have any alcohol?
I didn't have any alcohol, although I did see Lareth digging through Randall's packs. I think she was looking for something for a scorpion bite.
Lareth is just like, gives you this look like you snitch.
And I'm looking, like, I'm honestly dumbfounded. Like, I'm just, but there was the scorpion and you went looking for
yeah, no, that's, okay, so, Randall, I'm sorry, I might have, you had there were some medical supplies, you had some rubbing alcohol, I might have drank it.
You drank my wine and a bottle of oil.
Oh, you had wine?
Oh, you didn't get the wine?
You had wine?
I'm sorry, that's the DM asking, oh, you had wine? Because if you did,
Yes.
you don't anymore. Unless you had it hidden. It is gone now.
I mean, it would have been in my pack.
Okay, yeah. She was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll pay you back for it.
Well, you better. I mean, that was for all of us. You know, when we celebrate after we got the crown and all that stuff, right?
You got us wine, Randall?
Well, I mean, I got me wine, but I was gonna share.
Oh, okay.
It was party wine.
It's party wine.
Wine for parties or wine for the party?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, Farida's like, man, I missed out on wine. And now I hurt. I could really use some alcohol. Well, we're almost there. We'll get there this morning, this afternoon, sometime soon. Come on, let's go. I don't want to. And you guys head out over the dunes. As you crest a large rock outcropping, you see it. A patch of verdurous green in a sea of white sand. Date palms, peach trees, and an array of shrubs shelter a small lake. Tents, fire pits, and caravans create the next layer, outside of which is about a half mile of lazily grazing goats and camels. Finally, groups of armed warriors patrol the outer perimeter, displaying the now familiar standard of the traitors' forces, a gauntleted fist gripping a crescent moon. You have arrived at the Var Oasis. Farid is like, we have arrived at the Var Oasis. Let's go.
Okay, so where do we go first? Should we sell some stuff? Should we get some camels?
I think maybe we should prepare for the heat a bit more. I mean, I don't think Emo should be wearing that plate mail. And
What if we get camels to carry our supplies first?
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
How much are camels?
Farid?
Oh, they're not too much. They should be just a few gold to buy them. Nothing you can't afford.
Do they come pre-named, or can I name my camel?
Farid looks at you like, I get you can name it whatever you want. They don't listen to their names anyway.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
So these are untrained camels?
No, they're very trained. They're pack animals. They're trained for traveling across the desert. Meanwhile, Kingsmill is just like, you guys, I didn't know there would be soldiers here.
Well,
Why wouldn't there be?
yeah, there's soldiers everywhere. You
Yeah.
This is I'm a little worried. I don't want to get killed. These
Why
guys,
would you get killed?
well, we did just see them sack a city, and they're not very nice, and I don't want anything bad to happen.
But you've
this
seen
isn't a
us
city
kill
to
stuff
sack.
before. Yeah, we killed that giant worm. We can handle some soldiers, right? We'll protect you.
I'm just gonna. Ooh, we had a follower. Very nice. She's like, I'm just gonna, just stay in the back, and she like takes like a shawl and like wraps her face up. She's like, okay, just. She seems very worried, like very worried.
Listen,
The professor.
What?
Listen, we probably are going to have to spend the night here. So let's get our camels, let's rest up, and then we'll leave as soon as possible. We won't cause any problems. As long as we obey the law, I'm sure we won't get run into a bunch of soldiers. Think positive.
Yeah, we really don't want to fight anything at all. So, just don't get drunk and rowdy, and maybe things will be okay.
Yeah, things will be okay. They'll be fine. And Farid like looks at Kingsmill a little weirdly, and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, we'll meet up with my friends. Things will be fine. I don't know why you're." Okay. Do you proceed towards the Oasis?
Yes.
Okay. You proceed towards the Oasis as you approach. Riders, turbaned, face covered, with the colors of Rari, ride up and stop you as you're in sort of that grazing area where like the animals are.
Hello.
They're like, you're here to enter the Oasis, I take it?
Yes, we have some goods to sell and some trade to do.
Well, be aware that the king takes a cut of any transactions made. We also need to inspect you to make sure that none of you are rebels. And the guy's sort of like looking over all of you, and most of you, it seems like he's looking for something that he's not finding. Like he's like leaning, he gets off his horse, he's like leaning in, and he's like, "You're foreigners, all of you?"
Yeah, we've been traveling for a while. We just arrived recently.
He sort of is looking from person to person, kind of inspecting everyone. He doesn't seem to be looking at your items, but he is paying really close attention to your face for some reason. So like if anyone has their face covered, he like does the thing where he pokes his finger down and pulls the covering down to take a look at you.
Nice.
And
Are you looking for someone in particular, or what?
the other guy is like, Elnar. I want to make sure none of you are one of them.
What's an Eldnar?
Fareed sort of pipes in to your side because these guys seem very irritable, and he's just like, remember when we were in that city and there were like Rary's forces wanted to get in there and destroy it? Yeah. So the people who ran the city were harboring the Elnar, who are they're a nomadic tribe, and they generally oppose the Rary's claim to the land.
Okay. But if they're nomads, then how much fighting can they really do?
He looks at you and he's just like, and the one of the guy who had been talking to you, the second dude, like snaps his head towards you, and he's just like, "What did you just say?"
Well, he was just explaining what the nomads are like. If they're just like nomads and they just live in like tents or whatever, like you guys seem very strong.
The guy's like, the guy draws his scimitar, and he's just like, "The nomads of the Bright Desert are some of the greatest warriors in all of the lands of Greyhawk."
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I didn't know. We're new here.
He's sort of like, his eyes narrow, and he's like, "Yeah," and he sheathes the sword. Meanwhile, the other dude is checking everybody. He's so far so good. He's just like, "Okay, not you." And then he sees Kingsmill in the back, and he's just like, "You, get over here." And Kingsmill's like, "Oh no, I'm just." And
I step in front, if I can, in between the two of them, and I say, "Listen, that is my slave. I can't have her inspected so much. There's some like leprosy problems and things like. I mean, you don't want to get touched. Can we just waive this whole inspection?" And I hand him. I try to shake his hand with like 10 gold in my hand.
Ooh, there you go.
And my good friend has like medicine. We've been treating this slave the whole way. It's pretty troublesome. You don't want to touch her.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Whichever of the two of you has a higher charisma, this will be a charisma ability check. So whoever has a higher charisma probably wants to roll, and I will give you a plus, or rather minus, like a -3 circumstance bonus for doing that, like the gold and the medical thing.
Mine's 11.
I have a 16.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Probably.
you roll under 16. You have -3 to your roll.
Okay.
So it should be pretty easy, actually.
Okay, so that's a 2.
Yeah, there you go.
-3.
The guy's like, ugh, leprosy. Ugh. It's all right, you're good. And he pockets the gold. He's like, "Go on."
Thank you very much. And We encourage you on taking over the desert. Good job with that. All that. And he just kind of runs off. Not very charismatic.
Okay, so as we're leaving, Randall's like, wait, she's sick? she shook my hand.
Yes, but you have the medicine, and you're fine. You're fine. You know how to handle this.
I eat with his hand.
Let's carry on.
Oh, that's your food hand?
You're getting some.
Randall, everything is fine. Let's just keep.
You need some shade and some water. You seem a little bit heat crazed, Randall. Let's carry on.
What? No, it's not the heat.
You guys move past them, and the dude is count. You can see as you're passing by, one of the guys is like counting the gold, and the other one is going up to him like, "Hey man, you gonna share any of that gold?" And the guy's like, "What? No way!" And they're like having their own little argument as you're passing by. But you make it to the to sort of the caravan vendor section. So now, anything from the basic book that you would like to pick up, you can. And yeah, anything you'd like to sell, you can try and sell. People don't have that much money if you're trying to sell something crazy, but
Kingsmill, why was the guard so interested in you?
she's just like,
You can trust us. We're your friends.
yeah, you have gotten me out of some scrapes. We wouldn't have survived that weird snake thing. Okay, look, I haven't been entirely straight with you. When I was doing archaeological work in the desert, I wasn't just doing it for myself. Rary may have hired me to find some stuff for him, and when I couldn't find it, he may have sentenced me to death. So I kind of might have run away and hidden out in his tech for a little while. Look, I care about finding the crown. I don't necessarily want him to get it. I don't even know if I would have given it to him if I had found it. That situation never came up. But it was an opportunity to search the ruins and find the crown. Otherwise, there's no way to do that out here. It's too dangerous because of all the frickin' soldiers everywhere.
And those sand children. Yeah.
I think that might not be true. The sand
Really?
children thing.
But Onan was okay. I mean, we won't get into it right now.
I think it
but-
wasn't it pronounced onion.
I don't know.
Just another reoccurring joke from last session.
Was my name Onion? For some reason, I think it's Anand.
You know what? It's been onion. Because I haven't turned it off. I'm still holding that staff.
Staff.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My name is Onion. I could have sworn it was something else. It's not.
Maybe
Yeah.
you need some water and shade too.
Oh yeah. Okay. Maybe I do. This heat is getting to me.
Yeah.
I hope that none of his actual papers say that his name is an onion, because that might get us in trouble, y'all.
It's an accent.
Yeah,
I go
no,
to
Randall,
the
look,
party.
my name is Onion, and I show him my name, like on one of my like ports or whatever, passports or something. It says
Your
Onions.
papers.
I'm like, no, see, onions. It's just,
The N has the tilde.
it's a traditional name.
Yeah, but maybe it's just a language spelling thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So she's just, Kingsmill is just like, I'm not gonna touch that. But so she's telling this to Jarmy specifically, but she's like, so listen, I'm sorry. It's just a lot of the time when you mention you worked for that guy, people want to kill you. And since he already wanted to kill me, it kind of was like nobody would have been interested in letting me live if I had mentioned that little factoid.
And I say, no, I mean, everybody wants to live. I understand that. And you are a great resource to us. But I want you to understand you've also become a liability. And we're going to do our best to protect you. But you need to remain on the down low. pretend you're my slave. Keep that mask up.
Is slavery like even a kosher thing?
I don't know. I thought it was, but
Maybe not use the word slave. Maybe just like servant, like assistant type.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's much better.
So yeah, no, the leprous servant, I can live with that. We can go.
Leper's slave, maybe not so much.
And I'll say, Kingsmill, just wait right here for a second, and I'll go to the party, and I kind of like huddle up with the party. I'm like, I mean, guys, they're actively looking for her. So if we get into a situation where we just need to shove her into a bunch of soldiers and run, do not hesitate. But as a last resort. And then I'll go back. Kingsville, come on, let's get you into the city out of this hot sun. You leprous servant, you.
Wait, is there? Maybe we should send her where the actual leprosy folk are, because she shouldn't be walking around the town if that's the case.
Randall, she doesn't actually have leprosy.
They don't know that.
Oh, that's true. Hey, Kingsmail?
There's what?
We're
What?
gonna have to send you to the leper's house.
There's just tents here. There isn't even is there? And then she looks at Farida's like, is there a section for sick people? And Farida's like, I don't think so.
I'll
We'll just keep her covered up.
Is there
It's gonna be
someone
fine.
nearby?
Just sleep.
Just like people
in her
walking
own
around.
Bed. She doesn't have to like snuggle up next to anyone. She doesn't have to go to the lepers part of town.
There are people walking around because this is the area where there's a bunch of caravans parked and like tents pitched and like people selling stuff.
Can I like stop someone and be like, hey, is there any area you have in the Oasis here that we could like send someone that was sick?
He looks at you and he's like, no. Why? Who? How sick are they?
I mean, kind of sick. Not like too sick.
Just
It's
don't
like-
touch
Don't
them.
worry about it. It's just probably a cold. It's fine. Let's keep walking.
Yeah, as long as they don't touch you or sneeze on you or cough on you or breathe on you, you should be fine.
He's like,
Don't exchange body fluids.
oh, okay, and then he just like backs away
You
from
never
your entire
know
group
who's
and
got
doesn't
the
want to.
disease.
He doesn't want to go anywhere near you guys.
Always use protection.
Okay. Is there anything you guys would like to try to buy?
Are we doing rations and stuff? Should I be looking at food, or have we been doing stuff like that?
You guys need to keep track of water
Okay.
in the desert. Rations, I'm less worried about.
Okay. So
Then I will buy some water skins
Sure.
for a nice. Oh, and I didn't mention this to the party either, but Kingsmill seems to think that we need to go to the Tower of Sands, which is a 6-day travel. Are you guys up for a 6-day travel? How long do you want to stay in this Var Oasis?
Can we find somewhere to sell some of our stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe buy some stuff?
Yeah, you can still
What does
find places to sell your things. What are you
Did
looking
we
to
get
sell?
camels first?
You could definitely find some place to buy camels.
Go buy some camels.
yeah, and then I wanted to see if I can get some desert clothes for.
Also, there's that staff. Do we want to keep that, or did we want
I'm
to sell
keeping
that?
it.
Yeah, you're keeping
I was-
it.
I was
Keeping
gonna
the
say
staff. Cool,
it-
cool.
it's gonna be really hard to find someone who has enough money to buy that staff from you, because that staff is really nice. Like at
The
least,
number
yeah,
of
here in the
things I can do to
Oasis.
people, it's priceless.
Oh, so you guys are heading out. You find somebody to buy camels from easily. You find someone to buy water from. Those are basic supplies that are easy to come by here because this is sort of a trading hub, and a lot of caravans that are traveling across the desert stop here a lot. So refueling in a sense is something that is easy to do. It's probably not going to cost you too much. It's like, gosh, I don't know. If you're buying camels, let's put it down at like $10 a camel or 10 gold a camel. You need camels for, obviously each party member, each retainer, and if you want extra to be pack animals, you can do that too.
I want 3.
Okay.
for me. How many camels do you guys need?
I think I just the one, but I'll get a camel for Kingsmill. So I'll get 2 camels.
I get the 2 and I also get one for packing, so I can put like see if I can stock up on medicines and stuff.
Let's see if I have my handy dandy chart that I sent to you guys that had all the items in it. I know that has water skin on it.
Oh, water skin is 1 gold.
1 gold. That's what I thought. Very cool.
I'm looking at the equipment, the adventuring gear equipment right now.
And I don't know if there were any. There's probably pack animals in there somewhere, but yeah, I'm just gonna say 10 gold. That seems appropriate. So yeah, you get the stuff. There's a point where you want to get water, and you see the guy who who you were asking about, like a place for sick people to go, is there, and he's just like, no, don't let the near any of the water, and he like moves away.
We're not sick. We just travel with someone who's sick, and we're very careful. As you can see, we're in perfectly good health. I am a cleric. I would know.
This guy's like, so just don't. And he just backs away again.
It's like, wait, tell me where the medicine tent is.
The guy's like, no, don't come near me. He's out of there. But you can ask other people, and you can find the medicine tent.
There wouldn't have to be someone who sells potions around here, would there?
Let's find out. I'm gonna roll randomly and see if they're around. Unfortunately, not. I rolled too low. Yeah, if you ask around, they're like, oh yeah, no, sometimes caravans come through here with potions, but nobody currently.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so no magic, and right, just medicine then.
Yeah. So you guys are hanging out, buying new things.
I'd like to get some gems just to convert my gold I'm carrying into like gems and rich spices.
Ooh.
So what can I do? I got to get rid of
Killer deal on saffron.
300 more gold pieces, 300, 400 looking to spend.
Oh gosh, okay, well you can definitely find people who have gems. So you can convert a bunch of that into gems if you want. You could probably find gems worth 50 gold pieces each. I'm probably not going to be able to find better than that here. But yeah, so if you want to convert it to some nice like sapphires and stuff,
yeah, sure.
You can do that.
I'll do like 200 or I'll get like six sapphires or whatever. And
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got that stuff. You're able, you in terms of like spices for cooking and stuff, you can find a ton of things. You're able to find like all sorts of, a lot of people selling cumin, turmeric, saffron, all sorts of stuff like that. So it's really easy to find all sorts of food. There's people selling in terms of like the other kinds of meat and stuff. A lot of people are selling goat. That's mostly what people are eating, it seems like. And all sorts of different fruits that can be found in the Oasis. So you can find dates, you can find peaches, some more of those things that people keep calling pears but don't look like pears at all. You remember those from the city, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Get like a variety of non-perishables for like 100 gold pieces.
Sure. Yeah, you can get a lot for that. Rice, you can find a lot of rice. So yeah, a lot of people have you can find a lot of dried meat. So just meat that like has been cut off the animal and then just like laid out in the sun to totally dehydrate in the desert. It's like really basic jerky type stuff. You can find plenty of that.
So what medicines do I find?
You're probably gonna find similar to what you found in the city. So you can find the ointment that allows you to heal more when you rest, and you can probably find some more like anti-venom. Would there be anything else that they would have there? They probably wouldn't have potions, so you wouldn't be able to find any healing potions. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Yeah.
How much would those be?
I'm trying to remember how much I charged you for them in the city, because it didn't really matter because you had plenty of gold. Now we're kind of keeping track of gold, so it sort of matters.
Yeah.
But the anti-venom, probably 25 each.
Okay.
And the ointment probably like 10 each.
Alright, so I'm buying 3 anti-venoms, 1 scorpion, 2 snakes, and I'll get 2 more poultices.
All right.
I'll get a bunch of jerky
All right. You get a lot of
and
rations
water.
and water. Get a
Yeah.
lot of water.
And I'll try and convert. I've got 1,500 gold that I'll convert to gems and stuff.
Sure. So yeah, that just makes it lighter to carry.
Yeah,
Effectively.
basically. It's the whole thing.
Mhm.
That'll help pay for the camels. I can buy like 2 camels or 3 camels. How many people are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's like counting in his head at the camel shop.
Yeah, I have 3 camels already that I got.
Mhm.
So 3 more camels. Do you think that'd be good? 6 camels
For me?
for everybody.
Oh, I was like, I don't know why I need 6.
Oh.
It's just me right now.
So I got 3. So just for you, your retainer, and I think Charmaine got 1 for Kingsman and himself.
Yeah, so I got 2 camels.
Right. Free can get his own candles. He's got money.
Yeah. I'll buy 3 camels so that we have an extra camel in case a camel dies.
Aww.
Or we pick up someone else.
Camel meat could be tasty in case of an emergency.
The camel salesman will tell you. Camels, when they drink, they can go for 2 weeks without drinking any more water.
Mm.
So that's important.
I would like to fuel up my camel.
I'd like to fuel my
Yeah.
camel. And he also says he's like, you can eat them, but hey, remember, if you're in the deep desert and you don't have any water, camels got different stomachs. They hold all that water in. You can cut them open, take one of the stomachs out, and drink it. I'm not saying you should listen. It's a last resort kind of thing, but you can do it.
And I pet Winston on the face and say, I would never do that to you, such a good camel.
I don't
Winston
think you should
spits.
name it just in case.
Okay, on that note, what do they eat?
Any kind of shrubs, brush, any sort of gestures towards like the outer area where all of the animals were grazing, and yeah, any kind of like dried grass, stuff like that.
Can we get some supplies for the road? Enough for all of these, dozen and a half camels?
Yeah, certainly. I've got plenty of feed for them, and yeah, so it would cost the same amount as rations probably, but yeah, you can grab that.
Okay, how much was rations? Whoever got rations. Shopping.
The shopping episode, everyone.
Rations are 5 gold for 7 days.
Okay, cool. Times 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 camels?
Yeah, 11 or 12. Isn't that what you guys were buying?
Yeah, so I'll get 3. I'll get 3 rations for my camels.
Okay,
So
cool. Should we all just keep track of our own camels and our own rations?
Probably.
Yeah. The math is too hard.
So 2 camels. I want double the rations, so 20 rations. Okay. Or 20 days worth of rations, I should say. That doesn't make sense. Never mind. Math. Okay. So 7, 14 days. Would be 10 gold. How much? Yeah. Okay. Bangarang.
All right. As you are doing this and finishing up this stuff, it's starting to get a little later in the afternoon. Riding past you are 2 camels adorned with decorative silks. One carries a young man and the other a young woman on a palanquin. A throng of smiling people follow behind, prodding the camels forward with sticks and cheering joyously. And as they're doing this, as they go back past you, like some of the people like gesture you, like, "Come on, no, join us. This is a fun time." And not just to you guys, but to like the merchants and stuff. And one of the merchants is like, "Business is almost over for the day. Yeah, why not? I'll close up early. This sounds like a good time. You guys are done getting all your camels, right? You have the 11? 11, that was how many you wanted?
I
Yeah, I think
also
we got him.
I wanted to try and find a short bow and some arrows to buy.
You can do that. Yeah. You can find any kind of basic weapon pretty easily.
All right,
Oh.
I do that.
Sure.
Yeah, and how much?
That.
And how much for desert clothes?
I don't remember how much I charged Michaela for them. Again, it's one of those things where it was like, at the time, I didn't really care what I was charging you
I wrote it
guys.
down. I wrote it down. So it was 40 gold pieces for 1 set of nice linen desert clothes.
Yeah, so it would probably be that amount. So yeah, you guys are they're just like, "Yeah, hey, come on, this is gonna be fun. Join the party."
Sorry, is it like a parade or something?
It looked like 2 people that were on camels that were dressed really fancy being followed by a group of people.
Okay. I'll bite. I'll start following. Guys, something's going on.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm curious enough that I want to check it out.
Huh?
Are you following me?
is
King's
it-
Mill. And I snap my fingers. Come, servant.
It's just like, yeah, I'm starting to regret this, but yes, I'm master, I'm coming.
Ha! You're a servant now.
This is the anime we've all been wanting.
And
Gang's mail, come fan me. And I hand her a fan.
she's like, "Nope, no, not you."
Gang's mail? Jeremy, it's not working.
No, it only works for me. So, yeah.
Well then, can you get her to fan me?
I could, but I'm not going to because we're busy following these people.
Right.
There's a plot ahead of me, and I'm going towards that. So,
I will point out that some time ago, Fareed went off to find his friends, and you haven't seen him since. But you've been busy buying stuff, so it's not like you've been looking for him. Anyway, yeah, you're able to you follow these people, and it's this big, closer to the center of the oasis. There's a clearing, and there are several big fires that are being lit now that it's like starting to get later in the day, and there is this giant pot that is just steaming something off to the side, and all these people are sort of like laughing and having fun, and people are playing instruments. You hear the familiar sounds of an oud that was you heard that kind of stuff in the city, and they're just playing and they're singing some songs, and everyone seems to be having a good time. And the two people on camels get to the center of the clearing, and then a group of men pull the guy off of his camel, and a group of women pull the woman off of her camel, and then lead them to separate tents. And they're all sort of laughing and having a good time. People are drinking. Someone's offering beer around, and Kingsmill's like, "Oh, let me just get a little bit of that."
So, do you guys think that this is like a wedding or like a human sacrifice type deal?
I'm pretty sure it's a celebration, so probably not a sacrifice.
Well,
I haven't been to many human sacrifice ceremonies.
So it could be. I don't have a lot of
But
experience.
I'll walk up to a stranger. They're passing beer around, and I'll take a beer and just be like, "We're strangers to this oasis. What's the occasion? Why the celebration?"
Oh, it's the daughter of this tribe and the son of this other tribe are getting married. It's going to be a wonderful union. Everyone is welcome to celebrate. No one is a stranger here. And he gives you as much alcohol as you want.
Oh, thank you. And I take a little bit of beer and sip it gently.
Is it customary to give anything to the bride and groom? Or
No, there is no need. This is just sit down and enjoy the festivities.
oh, wonderful.
okay.
If you go to sit, there are a lot of people around. There's obviously a lot of people who are native to the area, these two tribes, and are also seem to be some merchants who have joined in to hang out, and some other people who look like they have traveled from distant lands and are armed and armored, that may be mercenaries.
Are there any soldiers around from Rary's forces?
Yeah, one or two, but it
Okay.
seems like they don't go this far into the oasis because they're supposed to guard the perimeter.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll go sit down. Kingsmill, do you want to join me? That was not a request. It was an order. Come join me, Kingsmill.
She's like, I will go wherever you want me to go if there is alcohol involved.
Right this way. And I'll sit down and I'll kind of gesture to the party that I'm going over here. If you need me, if you want to join, go right ahead. And I'll sit down and enjoy the festivities. Are there fire dancers? Please tell me there's fire dancers.
No, there aren't fire dancers. I'm sorry. This is there. You do see everyone pulls out, or not everyone, but a group of people pulls out this giant silk sheet, and start they're just sort of having a goofy time, and they take it and they pull it out towards the center of the clearing, away from the fire pits, and one group of people grabs onto one end of it, and another group of people grabs onto another end of it, and then they're playing tug of war with it, trying to get it away from the other group. And that's just sort of happening in the background.
I think Randall is going around trying to get all the foods, especially if there's any sweets and stuff,
Yeah, there are definitely some candied dates, and this guy has this. This guy offers you this thing that's a bunch of grilled fruit that are coated in this weird syrupy stuff. They're full of these tiny black seeds, but they kind of look like cucumbery, but when you bite into it, they're very sweet. But yeah, if you sit down near any of the mercenaries, I'm going to tell you, this is your opportunity to introduce any retainers you would like to introduce to the party.
Oh yeah.
They're there partying.
Socialize. Say. So, do I see the retainers I mentioned?
Yes, you do.
Both of them?
Let's see. I would like people to just have one currently. Actually, no, because you guys get to have more than one because of charisma scores. So, if you have a high enough charisma score to see more of them, then you see more of them.
Okay. I can have up to 6 technically, but I only want 2 more.
Okay, well, you can find 2 more, certainly.
Okay, I'll introduce myself to the elf and the magic user and start chatting them up.
Yeah, where are they from? How have they traveled here?
Let's say they traveled together, and um, they've been mostly interested in not archaeology but anthropology because they love to study languages. So they came to do like a little cultural like when you go to a different country as part of like your college courses.
Oh, they're studying
And just,
abroad.
like,
Yes.
Yeah, studying abroad. That's the word. They're studying abroad.
Okay, sure. What are their names?
The elf's name is Ruificent Moonleaf,
Oh.
and the magic user is just Zen. And I'll add those to the character list too. Yeah.
Cool. So they're like, hey, so we've been studying abroad. What kind of work are you guys doing?
We're traveling. We're actually looking for some like lost treasure and exploring the countryside and stuff. So, I mean, if that sounds interesting to you, we've got room in the party and got these camels.
Yeah, I mean, if it pays, and we can find out some cool stuff.
Oh yeah,
Flash some of those gems you bought.
yeah. Look at these. I found these cool things.
And they're like, oh yeah, interested. So,
We'll tell you about our adventures thus far.
sure. So you're telling about your adventures. At some point during this, Farid shows up, but there are 2 people with him. Sort of like a man and a woman. Look a little more kind of rough and tumble, wearing leather armor. The guy has actually probably they both have some scars. They're armed. They look kind of tough, but they're coming with him, and he's like, "You guys, hey, you got to meet my friends. This is Daoud," and Daoud is like, "Hey, everybody," and this is Yara, and she's like, "Hey, so you're the people who are putting up with Farid lately. I'm so sorry that you have had to deal with that."
Oh my god. Where did he come from?
He's
How does
just
someone become like this?
he's always been like this. It's been awful. We stand him because once in a while he can make us some money, but man, is it almost never worth it.
So is he actually kind of shady, or is that just how he comes off?
They both look at each other, and then Dawood leans in real close, and he's like, "Do not trust this man. He will stab you in the back." And then he turns and he's like, and he turns and he's like, "Isn't that right, Farid? Are you gonna stab all of them in the back?" And then Farid is like, "You got me. I'm gonna stab everyone." And then they all start laughing, and they're like, "Have another beer, Farid."
Like, I don't know if using serious or just joking.
and Yara is just like, it just laughs and like claps you on the back.
Sigurd like pipes up as like, last night I saw him try to fight that halfling and not actually win or do anything. Just got beat up most of the time.
Classic Farid.
That's why he's got a broken nose.
And he's like, and Dawood is like, "Farid, you told me that you were fighting some sort of giant snake, and that was how you broke your nose. I'm sorry. Did that not happen the way you said it did? Did you embellish the truth? You would never." And Farid, at this, they're just digging him real hard. That seems to be their friendship dynamic, because it, like, you know, they get under his skin a little bit, but they're all clearly friends and they laugh about it. And they're like, I'm sorry, go.
Oh, it's like so. What are you guys out here doing? Are you guys gonna join up with Fareed and take him, or you guys doing your own thing right now?
Well, Fareed said that you, lucky customers, are looking for Enmakar. Now, we happen to know where that is. So, we can definitely show you the way. Assuming we can work out a price. Yeah, typical guide type stuff. Boring details. We can figure it out. But for right now, there's a party going on. So, I say we just party.
But how do you know where Enmakar is? No one else does.
Well, my sister and I have been traveling this desert for, our whole lives? Our whole lives. We know this place like the back of our hand. I have found all sorts of crazy stuff out there.
Alright.
You want some stories? I can tell you some stories. I'm going to tell you some stories. That's what's about to happen. Because we have drinks, and we have food, and oh my gosh, the Asan is here. And at this point...
Story time.
Yeah, and at this point you see these guys carrying this huge platter, and they put it down on the table, and you see some other people carrying another huge platter. They put it down at another table. It seems to be the same dish on each of these, and it's just this ridiculous, like this huge bed of rice with all of this steamed meat that's just piled on top of it. Hold on, I have a description of this dish. So it's a bread of rice covered with this steamed meat that has this like really heavy marinade on it. And then there's this sort of like stuffing that's all over it that's like cashews and raisins and like split peas and stuff. And then there are whole hard-boiled eggs that are just laying on top there, and like some lemon wedges. And as the guy puts it down, another person like comes after, and he has this little like metal like pot that just is like steaming a little bit, and he just drizzles like melted butter all over the thing before he runs off to another table to do that on the dish there. And Dawood and Yara is just like, you guys have to try this. Isan is amazing. And you eat it with your hands, so don't, I know you're not from around here, but don't try and reach for a utensil. Not polite. You scoop it, and you put it in, and they just start eating it. And it's like, it's so good, you gotta try this.
Yeah, I dive in. I start eating.
Sure.
I'll follow close behind.
It is,
Oh, yeah.
It is very rich.
Shovels.
The meat, as you like pull it apart, it kind of has the consistency of like a pulled pork, the way it sort of is like stringy in that way, but it's not like fatty at all. This has been steamed for like a really long time, and all the fats just run right out of it. And when you eat it, it tastes kind of like lamb a little bit. But there's something, it's odd. You definitely haven't tasted any kind of meat like this before. And Yara is just like, here, try this, take some of this part. And there's like a bit in the middle, this sort of like weirdly like yellow blob. And she sort of reaches in and grabs like a globule out of it. And she's like, yeah. And she pops it in her mouth, and she's like, oh, that's good. Oof. If anybody tries that, I don't know if you do or not.
Randall tries everything.
Sure. It's got a weird consistency to it when you're like handling it with your fingers, sort of gelatinous a little bit. But when you pop it into your mouth, it's just this burst of flavor, and it's very sort of like salty, and like it melts in your mouth. But it's just a lot of flavor. And she's like, and Yara's like, yeah. The hump is the best part, isn't it?
I point to Randall. You ate some hump.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, we brought 3, so we can only make so much.
She's just like, hey, there's nothing wrong with eating camel. I mean, you don't want to eat it all the time because they're useful animals, but special occasions, totally. And tastes great. And she just keeps chowing down.
So is this like one or half of one? Because how many people can one camel feed?
Oh, a lot. This is probably half, and that's like for the whole table that you're at, which is like, I don't know, how many of you are there? There's like you guys, your retainers, and then these 3 other people and Kingsmill. So there's like a lot of people at your table, and that's like half a camel is feeding like all of you. And they're like, yeah, this is probably half. I think they might have cooked up 4 or 5 for this whole event, something like that.
Wow.
But yeah, that camel hump is just a big ball of fat. It's kind of gross, but tastes real good. If you like meat, tastes real good. So you guys are eating, and the Dawood and Yara are just telling you stories about their time in the desert, their time that they fought giant scorpions, a time that they fought these zombies that like came up out of the sand and tried to like drag people under. This time that they ventured to some of the different ruins. All sorts of different stuff. They also talk about how there used to be centaurs around, and they used to fight them, but they haven't seen those around anymore lately. And they talk about mostly how everything is much more, or is much different now that Rary is around, because things that used to be untamed and wild and dangerous have just sort of been pacified because his troops have come in. Like a lot of the ruins used to just be these crazy haunted places, and now Rary and his archaeologists and his troops are just all over them, just digging up everything and killing any monsters they find. But having a wizard take up residence in the Brightlands has caused all sorts of weird magical phenomena to happen. And they talk about like, yeah, he like can create sandstorms. It's crazy. Like I saw the created dunes like miles high. It was insane. But you talk, and you drink, and you eat, and unless anyone has anything specific they want to do, that's what happens for the next several hours.
2 things.
Sure.
1, I want to ask them about the Tower of Sands and if they've ever been that far west.
Mm-hmm.
East. Yeah, west.
East. They're like, oh, yeah, Tower of Sands, sure. We passed by it. I've never been inside. It's weird. It's the sand storms are bad around there in that area. So you get these times when it's totally fine you can walk up and you can walk. I mean, it's always at least partially buried, but you can walk up and see most of it. And then there are other times where if you got lost or you didn't know where you were on your map, you wouldn't even know it was there because it's completely buried by the dunes. It makes it hard to traverse, mostly because if you go in there and a sandstorm kicks up, you'll be buried alive.
Has Rary and his army explored that one? Because you said they've been conquering lots of ruins around this area.
He looks to Dawood and Yara look to each other and they're like, maybe he's probably been there, but I don't know if he's found anything. I know Uta, wasn't it? Yeah, Uta. He's completely farmed that place out.
And who's Uta?
Oh, it used to be a big city. It's north of here.
Gotcha.
It's I don't know. There's it used to just be a haunted ruin, and now crawling with Rary's men. Kingsmill is just like, oh, Uta, there's nothing there. I know that place. Ooh, this is a good camel.
And I give her the biggest look of just like, keep your drinking under control.
Yeah.
Secondly, I would like to, I don't have a retainer because I've killed all of my characters. But I did roll up a new a cleric, and can I find this mercenary cleric and hire them?
Yeah, if you want
to get a retainer.
Like, Rana was gonna ask them, was like, so since you guys know like the desert, that means you know how to get us over there, like avoiding all the dangers, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's what we specialize in. So, as you talk into the evening, we're gonna take a break since we started a little late, but we're almost at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and we will return in, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, unless Davis wanted to say something. He's making hand motions. Sorry. Okay.
Nope.
All right, so we'll return from our timeout real soon. Everybody, stay tuned for more of this kind of mellow episode. But I hope you're enjoying it. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, we're back on Seekers of the Scorpion Crown. This is the Greyhawk channel, in case you didn't know. That would be weird if you didn't know that. But hey, I hope you're enjoying the show so far. We're back from our break. So far, this has been a real mellow session. There's been shopping. There's been, dare I say it, a little bit of character development. Wow. Big stuff going on here. Yeah, we also just had some new followers during the break, so thanks. Appreciate it. Now, you guys are all drinking and partying at this wedding. Which is kind of like the wedding itself is kind of just happening in the background. It's more that like you're just eating all the food that they're putting out for you, and that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so I need from major characters, I need saving throws so that you don't pass out from all the stuff you've been drinking.
Oh, no.
Elson has not had alcohol.
Okay, good to know. Then he doesn't need to.
Is this a roll over or roll under?
Oh, this should I should probably do a saving throw for this, shouldn't I? How do saving throws work?
Saving throws you roll over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ability scores. I'm just trying to figure out which one makes the most sense. Not
Is this-
poison or death, probably.
Well, poison one.
Poison kind of makes sense. Am I looking at? Oh, I'm looking at classes. That's why. Oh, the rules of BX Dungeons and Dragons. One day I'll know you by heart, but not today. Not this day.
I rolled a 12, but I don't know what that means.
Just saving throws.
Clearly, this is a breath attack.
Obvious. You know what? I will do poison, but it's not not instant kill. So yeah, look at your character sheet. Look at that roll that you have for save versus poison. If you are over it,
That
then you
poison
succeeded.
and death.
Yes, but it is not as serious as it sounds for this particular scenario.
I rolled a 16 for my 13. Haha.
I rolled a 4.
Well, you're passed out.
Meh.
I rolled a 12
Is that
under a 13.
Under? Oh, okay. Then you're passed out. So we need to get over. And Elson doesn't have to roll because they did not partake in any of that stuff. Just the camel. You don't have to roll for poison versus the camel because camels are good for you, everyone.
For a minute, I thought her camel was drinking, and I was really confused. I'm like, except her camel has to roll for it. And I'm like, what?
Kingsmill is totally passed out. Jarmy is passed out. Pretty much everybody's passed out. Fareed is passed out. Or most, yeah, he's probably passed out. Dawood and Yara seem to be able to handle their liquor pretty well. And they're just like, okay, so it's late. Everybody's packing up here. Listen, we've got, if you guys need a place to stay, we've got a place, because we come back here a lot to do business, so we have a little what is and Yara's like, it's a cave, you moron. It's called a cave. It's not. And Dawood's like, thank you. It is a cave, our glorious cave. Please come and sleep there. I implore you.
I guess that's not bad, but we'll have to pick everyone up and get them there.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Let's load them onto. You guys got camels, right? Let's load them up. Let's bring them on over. It'll be fine.
What do you think, Elson?
I think that's a good plan. I think we should do that.
Oh.
I think we should get everything loaded up and carry on from there.
Oh, alrighty.
Elson, you are probably the best at this because you're sober, so it's easy for you to like throw some of these people over the backs of some of the camels, and like some of the supplies and stuff, and lead them all to this. It's like a more secluded area of the Oasis.
Okay.
But
I will ask Onion if I can wear the belt.
oh, Onion is asleep.
Then I will take the belt.
You take the belt.
And just make it a little easier to throw these people onto camels.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna attempt to retcon a little bit of this. If Sigrid, not what you guys are doing, but if Sigrid would like to roll against poison to see if she is awake, and well, Jarmy doesn't have anyone. Just Jordan doesn't have any other people. But yeah, if you want to take like two of the other retainers and roll for them to see if you guys get to play through the scenario.
You should. I'll roll for Emil.
Okay.
Emil has a poison of 8.
Oh, halflings.
Yeah, and he rolls a 12.
Emo really handles that liquor. So yeah, and if so, Jordan, you can play him, or Davis, you can play him, either or. And yeah, find one of the other retainers and see if you can have somebody else awake, so everybody gets to play somebody through the interaction.
Yeah, I rolled for Ruificent, a nat 20. So
Oh,
Ru would be awake if somebody wants to play.
sure, yeah. So just make sure, I would say if you guys have some of those basic character stats, just throw them in the Discord so Davis and Jordan can have access to them.
Spirit rolled a 16, so she's still awake too.
Okay, so you can do Sigrid if you want.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll do her.
we'll have Sigrid. So yeah, everybody, and yeah, let's say the elf is indeed asleep. And you guys, you'll load everybody drunkenly loads everyone else onto these camels who are like, the camels kind of want to sleep. They don't want to be up right now because it's really late. So they're not happy. And the, everyone's kind of stumbling around because they're drunk, and the people who are passed out are like really like dead asleep. So they're not any help at all. So after some time, you're able to load everybody and everything up, all the things you bought, and are led by Dawood and Yara to their little place. And they lead you to this. There's a little cave that's off to the side, kind of isolated from everything else. And it's this cave entrance with this giant boulder in front of it. And Dawood goes, he kind of stumbles towards it, and he's just like, oh, I forgot the door closes automatically, doesn't it? And Yara's like, yes, no, yeah, obviously it does. And she walks up, and she just turns to Elson, and she's just like, so, we got a little bit of magic here. This is our special hideout. Don't let Farid hear. He's not very trustworthy. And she walks up to the door and gets real close to the door and whispers something to the door, or to the boulder rather. And then the boulder starts to slide to the side slowly, as if by magic.
Interesting.
So, are you guys like best friends with Farid, or do you guys just like, keep him around just cause?
We are business associates of Farid, all right? I mean, he's fun for a laugh, but you don't want to pretend that he's gonna, treat you fairly in a dealing. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Turkim, our other associate, he's in here. He hasn't been feeling well, got some heat stroke, so he's just been resting. But don't be surprised if you see him. So yeah, come on in.
Oh, okay. Well, is there enough room in there for all the camels, or should we unload people?
She looks and she's like, well, no. You could leave the camels outside if you want. It's not a dangerous area, but trust me, there's gonna be room.
Okay, let's bring everything in then. I'd rather have everything under my nose.
Yeah, it's easier to just lead all the camels in than have to carry on your, wouldn't it?
Sure.
It's true.
So you walk in, and Yara's like, oh, did Turkham leave the lights off? Did he already go to bed? The dude is like, he already went to bed. Light a torch or something. And Yara pulls out a torch from her pack and strikes a couple times, sort of drunkenly, and she lights it. And then the chamber is illuminated, and it's like when you went in, it sloped downward a little bit. But this is a large chamber, and you can't even see exactly how far back it goes because the light only reaches so far. But there is so much gold in here. It is just piled up on the sides of the chamber. And there's also things on the sides like, bedrolls, like a little fire pit type thing. You can, and cook's utensils, stuff like that. But there's like a lot of gold in here. And as you walk in, they're just like, welcome to our amazing stash house. And as everyone's walking in, after the last person the last camel has crossed the threshold, that big boulder starts slowly sliding closed. And you hear like a doosh as it moves into place.
Wow, Freed would love this place.
Yeah, he wishes he could get his hands on any of this stuff. So, oh yeah. So this is what's gonna happen. You guys are gonna put down your gold and any weapons you have on the floor, and then we're gonna let you live. I think that's basically the plan here. So just feel free to do that, and just don't make any sudden movements. That would be preferable. And then they both draw their weapons and look completely sober.
So it's just the two of them, though?
Just the two of them.
Okay, and how many people do we have sober?
Sigurd is awake.
Sigurd's awake.
Emo's awake.
Emo's
Randall's awake.
Who am I playing? Am I playing Emil?
Yeah, probably be playing Emo.
Okay.
So yeah, Wild Engineer, as long as you can get him some basic stats for that.
Yeah.
No, he sent me the.
Oh, okay.
It's in chat.
Emo's a really good range character, just FYI.
Okay.
And is Randall up too? Or who are you playing, Wild?
Yeah, Randall's up.
Okay, cool.
He scored a 16 on his.
Ooh.
Right.
So, I will look at my friends as Elson, and I will slowly draw out my Warhammer.
As you draw the Warhammer, dude is like, okay, so I know what you're thinking. There's just two of us, and there's four of you, and you have all your friends there, and maybe you can wake somebody up, and they can help you.
Shoot one of them with the bow.
Roll the hit.
Oh, that's good. That's a 17.
That hits. Which one are you shooting?
Let's say the one that was just talking.
That would be Daoud.
Oh, that's a big old 6.
Nice.
Take that.
An arrow so Daoud's like, so I know what you're thinking. You probably think, there's more of you there, but ow! And he's just sort of like, okay, fine, we're gonna do this the hard way. And he's like, hey, Turek, we got a job for you. And you hear in the background a large rustling sound as you hear, I was sleeping. I thought you said this would just be I thought you were gonna drug all of them. And it's like, nah, big guy, I guess we need you because they're not listening to reason. He's like, fine, I guess. Will you let me eat them after I kill them? No, that's gross, Turek. We're not gonna let you eat them. You did that once, and I didn't like watching it. You guys are no fun. At least let me have first pick of their stuff. And out of the shadows walks an ogre.
Oh, excuse me, Turek it is, right? How much are they paying you?
And he looks at them, and he looks at all the gold, and he's like, yeah, more than you can.
We have thousands and more interesting things to do.
So we're gonna have to roll initiative.
Oh no.
You fired that arrow.
I tried, guys. Yeah.
It's a D6, right?
Yeah, who would like to roll for the group? I assume Wild Engineer because you said it.
I'll do the first one, sure. That's a 6.
Hey, that's really good. Oh yeah, they rolled a 5, but not good enough. You can't attack simultaneously, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, I forgot this is word searchable. Thanks, word searchable documents.
Oh wait, so they have a +1 to their initiative, or is it D3?
No. I was thinking like if they had also rolled a 6, you guys would have gone simultaneously, but they did not. They did roll a 5,
okay.
but not good enough. So yeah, this 10 foot tall, big old guy, dressed in animal hides, got a big club. So you guys get to act first. Anybody want to cast a spell?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone want to try and retreat? That would be difficult because the door is closed behind you.
I have a question. Is using a charge from the Staff of Commanding, is it an attack or is it a magic thing? Like a spell?
You know, this actually came up last time when someone was using a magic item. I feel like it should be declared as a spell because it's very similar to a spell.
Okay. Alright, I can do that.
Okay, so if
Also,
that's
is this an item that's listed in the resources you sent me so I can see what it does?
Oh my gosh, I don't think it is. I don't think it's listed in the stuff I sent you.
Sorry to break the game right now in the middle of it.
No, that's fine. I had read the description and I was just kind of hoping someone was writing it down so I didn't have to actually send anything, but that's fine. Let me find it for you and I will send it to you in chat or Discord something.
I wrote down the basics and that it has 17 charges, but no, this might be a good place to use it.
Yeah, this is it's not a bad situation for it. So let's see here. I'm gonna try to drop it in chat. We'll see if the formatting gets wacky. Oh, that formatting basically held.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, that's
Thank you. Okay, then I will.
Are ogres considered human?
No,
Okay.
not at all. Oh, do I have battle music? I do have battle music. Let's turn that on. So, anything else that I need to prep for myself before we really dive into this? And I feel like I want to make sure I have the right armor class written down for all these baddos. Because the monster manual doesn't always convert it. Sometimes it makes it obvious what it is, but one of the things that's really good about, listen, BX Essentials is fantastic. If you want to play BX, highly recommend that over the old rulebooks. But the BX Essentials monster manual section is just like, hey, here's the hit dice the monster has, which is all the original books listed, and then next to it, it gives the actual number. More similar to a modern D&D book. And man, it's helpful. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let me just make sure I have this, but it doesn't give the armor class in ascending. So let me just make sure I have that correct. Classic my game. Let's get into some action. Oh, let's slow everything way down. Well, you guys do get to go first. Here it is. Which means okay, that's cool. That's basically what I thought it was. Yeah. So what do you guys want to do? we have ranged attacks, I think, are declared next.
I will ranged attack with a sling. Immel will.
Cool.
We're gonna, being the halfling that he is, we're gonna David and Goliath this and go
Sure.
straight for the ogre.
Secret will launch another arrow at that dude who was talking.
Sure.
Yeah. When do we move? Like,
Oh, I'm sorry. It's movement and then ranged attacks.
Yeah,
I'll
Immel will
move away from the ogre.
I don't want to be. I just want to make it clear I'm not near the ogre.
I will move as far away from the ogre as I can, and I'll shoot the dude.
Mm-hmm.
With a big ol' 16.
16 will hit.
Plus 1. Dope. 2 damage.
Okay.
And I should roll as well.
Take that, nerd.
If you're rolling ranged attack against the ogre, definitely roll to hit.
Yep. So that's a
Secret
10.
says that out loud, by the way.
Oh, I know. I assume.
I rolled a 10 for Immel's sling attack.
Okay, 10 is not enough to hit. The
All right.
You get +1 to missile attacks from being a halfling.
I added +1 because I thought I had +1. Yeah. So I rolled a 9 +1.
Okay.
You also should. I assume that halflings get +1 to hit just as a regular attack bonus as well.
Okay. So is
and-
it +2 then?
So it's probably +2. That still won't hit, but just for future reference, because
Okay.
halflings have an ability that gives them +1, and then they should also get an attack bonus of +1, I believe. If they're because I think their THAC0 is I think everyone's THAC0 is 19 at first
19.
level.
Yeah.
So that means you have +1 to hit at first level.
I'll look it up while I have some time.
So, but yeah, the pebble sort of Immel sort of whips the sling around and then lets fly this pebble, and it just bounces off the gut of this ogre and just clinks against some of the gold off the side. The ogre sort of looks down and then looks at the halfling, and he's like, "I'm gonna be hungry like half an hour later if I eat you." So, this is not even. That's it for ranged attacks. Now we are moving to spells are cast.
Right. Randall casts shield on himself.
All right, shield. Can you use that staff?
Yes, Elson kind of like tips it towards one of the humans in front of me and says, hello, friend. I think you actually want to help us out here. And so they can make a save versus spells with a -2 penalty to resist the charm.
Okay, and they need to have less than 6 hit dice, right? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah, up to 6 hit dice.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they don't have these characters do not have more than 6 hit dice. Don't worry.
Well, it says up to 6 hit dice of humans may be charmed in this way. So.
Oh yeah, because you can charm multiple people. I think it's if you
Yeah.
charm a single person, that's when they get the -2 penalty. But if you try and charm multiple people, they don't get the -2. Maybe something like that. I
It
don't know.
doesn't say that.
Well,
but
then
maybe.
yeah, I guess they just got -2. Let me check their saving throw right quick. They save as fighters of a certain level. And I just want to make sure I know the right number. So let's see classes. Fighter. Okay. You said it was save versus spells?
Yes.
Okay. And they get -2?
Yeah, -2 penalty.
So who are you hit whamming this with?
Whoever was just talking at us.
That would be the I mean, they've all been sort of talking at you, but there's Dawood and there's Yara, and Dawood is the one who's been shot with 2 arrows. Yara has not.
Okay, let's do Yara then.
Sure. So Yara just looks at you, and then her eyes go wide, and she's just like, "Yeah, you're not so bad."
Yeah, we're getting attacked. We need your help. So go fight your friend.
Now, does charm? I should look at this real quick.
So as if
Says a charmed individual regards the character as a trusted friend and will come to his or her defense. He or she will obey the character's commands as long as they're not obviously harmful and do not. And then your message cut off. So.
Do not contradict with the. Yeah, I don't know why that cut off. But yeah, makes sense. So she's just like, yeah, I don't. And she turns to the ogre and she's just like, why are you? Don't hurt my friends. And Turek is just like, make up your minds, all right? Cool. That's going to be relevant for when they take their turn. Any melee attacks happening? All right.
I think that was everybody.
Yep. Cool.
Dang. Okay.
All right.
We got this down. We're efficient.
We know how combat works.
We
now
know what we're
in
doing.
session 4, we understand the rules. Okay, cool. Well,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Since Ruificent is the only other person up, is she just gonna be in the background still?
I was gonna say that
Think
because
so?
we didn't need another person to be awake, I was just gonna have them be asleep.
Okay. It wasn't nat 20.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
But the let's see here. No one's casting a spell. That's not happening. I'm not gonna roll for morale. The Yara is gonna move up in front of the ogre and just be like, "You gotta stop! Don't hurt them, or don't hurt Elson anyway. The rest, I don't care." And the Dawood is gonna be like, "You," and he points at Sigrid, like, "You are gonna get it."
What? No.
So, what is Sigurd's armor class?
14.
14. Dawood runs forward, swinging his scimitar, and slices into Sigrid.
How much damage?
Ooh, it's gonna be a big 6 damage.
Oh my god. He's got 2 hit points left.
Yeah, he cuts in.
She is a level 3 thief, so 3 hit dice, but...
Ooh. Yeah. And he's real unhappy. So that's his melee attack, and then then Yara is going to she's gonna be like, no, stop, don't attack these people. And Turek the ogre is just like, I don't, but he's attacking. Is it okay if I just don't attack the cleric? Like, what do you want from me? And she's just like, I mean, so the charm thing is you're the one charming her, right? So she likes you. She's just like, yeah, the cleric's cool. Just don't hurt the cleric. And then the ogre's like, yeah, sure, all right. And then he stomps forward. And who is he gonna go after? Is he gonna go after the wizard or the halfling that threw a sling at him very unimpressively? Let's find out. Oh no, Randall.
Oh no.
He swings his big old. He's got a big club. He's got a big club. He's swinging it right at you. What is your armor class with shield?
Says AC 4, so that's 16, I believe.
Okay. He has. Okay. Ooh, he hits you.
Oh, I think I'm gonna die out.
That might be about to happen. It did. He dealt you 3 damage.
Oh no, I'm almost dead.
Yeah, he rolls 1d10 damage and you
Oh
rolled
my
a 3.
gosh.
It was such a good chance that he would just smush you. but Randall lives. So yeah, he brings his club down and just like breaks your arm. And you're sort of the only your arcane shield sort of it softens the blow just enough so that he does not like crush your rib cage. And he's just like, ugh, magic. I hate magic. It always tastes funny. And Yara is just like goes over to Elson. She's like, "You're okay. I'm gonna make sure no one does anything to you. You're gonna be fine."
Thank you. Do you think maybe you could get your friend, like, take away your friend's sword? Your other friend right there? That'd be great.
I could see what I could do. I mean, once he gets into it, he's really into it. But I could see if I could calm him down.
Yeah, thank you. That would
Alright.
be great. You're the best.
All right. Yeah. No, you're the best.
We're both the best.
Aww. And that's the end of round 1. Now we are on to round 2. Davis, why don't you roll initiative for the group this time?
Jadaisy, it's a 4.
Ooh, I got a 5, baby.
Oh man.
Okay. Oh, the baddies, the big baddies. Yara's gonna go over to Daoud and just be like, "Listen, man, you gotta stop. You gotta calm down. You gotta put that sword away. This is not the way to do this." And Daoud is like, "What is wrong with you? We've done this like a million times. Why are you freaking out on me?" And Yara's like, you need to give me the sword. And she is going to try to grapple him and get the sword away from him. He unfortunately succeeds and so she like tries to grab at him and get the sword away, and they wrestle around a little bit, and he throws her off to the side, and he's like, "Are you enchanted? Is that the problem? What is going on with you? Did that cleric pay you off or something? Is that why they didn't drink any of the sleeping draft that we were supposed to give to all of them? Listen, just stay there and I will deal with you later." And then he turns to make another attack against Sigrid.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I forgot what your armor class was.
14, I think.
Okay. That just hits.
Whoop.
Ooh, goodness. That sword's gonna plunge right through Sigurd's guts.
Super dead.
Super dead. Pulls out, and Sigurd's just like, and sort of just slides down, because you're like backs against the wall, just sort of slides down, holding your guts as you sort of bleed out. Okay, Ogre Boy. Oh. So the ogre swings his club around at Randall, and Randall's just like, "Ah!" and just runs to the side, and the ogre slams down on the ground as Randall rolls out of the way, and he's like, "Stay still." That's it for them. Now it's your guys. Hey, who wants to cast a spell? Anyone?
Well, I mean, I can cast Read Magic.
Yeah.
If I do that, will that help me? First of all, find if I can open the door, or see if there's any magical items around.
It might do that. It
Yeah,
might.
so I'll do that.
All right. You're gonna cast Read Magic.
It takes 10 minutes, so he sits down, he pulls out. No.
Oh, technically, I apologize. You're supposed to announce spells before initiative. So, like, but yeah, because the idea is you announce that you're casting a spell, and then if the enemies get to go first and they hit you, they interrupt your casting of that spell. That's how it's supposed to work. But since you didn't get hit, it wouldn't be applicable anyway. So we're not going to worry about it for the time being. But yeah, anybody else using a spell?
I'm gonna use another charge.
Sure.
Or actually, wait, does it use another charge?
Every time you use it, it uses a charge, I assume.
Okay. It says a charm may be placed upon one human per round. So
I'm gonna assume that every time you try and charm somebody, that's a charge.
Okay. Yeah, I'll use it again, and try to charm the other human who just avoided a grapple.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And they'll say, "Hey, I think you should go help your friend up and have like a heart-to-heart chat with them."
So he's like cleaning his sword off on his pants, and he's like, "All right, who's next? I think I should help them up. Yeah, let's."
Yeah. And while you're at it, just go ahead and put that sword down, like over there, just away.
I mean, you'd know best. So
Yeah, I mean, we're friends. We're good. You don't really need that sword. You can go.
Okay, all right. So he like carefully puts the sword down, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know why I was so negative about this whole you and Elson thing. I apologize." And Yara's like, "Yeah, isn't Elson the best? Like, I don't understand why you don't like Elson."
Yeah, we'll talk it all out later. But yeah, we're great. We're just great. So why don't you guys go talk about your feelings and
just talk about your feelings. So good. That was good. Eliminated 2 of the enemy combatants. Then I'm sorry. So you were gonna cast that spell, but technically that hasn't gone off yet. If anyone was gonna make a ranged attack, that would technically happen first. So
okay. So it's just preparing it, yeah.
Yeah. So if Jordan, the character you're playing,
Emil,
if Emil wants to make a ranged attack against the ogre,
he does not. I think he's gonna take a bottle of oil out, try to run through the ogre's legs, and spill oil on the ground and over the ogre's feet.
Sure.
And then maybe set that on fire next turn, or try to figure out a way of doing that.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good plan. Last time Emil tried to do this with the snake fight, because this has happened before. It was difficult because Emil was hanging from a rope in the ceiling trying to throw oil down onto the snake. But if you're just running through his feet,
yeah,
probably way easier. So I'm gonna say you use your movement to do that, and your action to do that.
Okay.
So yeah, you throw some oil down on his feet, and he's just like, "Am I supposed to slip in this? Like, what is going on here? What are you doing? Are you just where are you?
And
where are you?
Foiled again!" And I run away. That's my Emil impersonation.
Cool.
It's really terrible.
I hate it.
I
hate
liked
it so
it.
much.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Spells happen, so the charm happens. And then and the read magic happens. So you cast read magic. Your eyes glow blue, and you can see magical things around. And wouldn't you know it, carved into that door is an arcane word. And it's like not visible to the naked eye, but using that spell you can see it.
Yeah, so if I can do it this turn, I'll speak the word.
Yeah, sure. It would just be saying something, so that's pretty quick and easy. So you speak the word, and all the bandits who are in here are just like, who shared the word? Did Fareed share the word with someone again? Is that what happened? And the door starts to grind open slowly. So you wouldn't even be able to fit through it yet, but it is opening. Okay. That's it for that round, I think.
Ooh, I might be able to survive.
You might survive. Wait, I'm sorry. That was you guys.
Yeah, because we went last.
You went last. Okay, yeah. No, I'm crazy. Okay, Jordan, why don't you roll for initiative? I'm sorry, declare spells and then roll for initiative. Who would like to cast a spell? Anyone?
Nope,
Okay.
just gonna try and run away.
I won't cast a spell this time, but I want to move towards the ogre to do a melee attack next.
Sure. Yeah, so Jordan, roll initiative for the group.
That's a mighty 6.
Nice, you win. You get to go first.
We are the wieners.
So, any any ranged attacks that you guys would like to do?
Can I grab like a torch off the walls if there are them, or somebody's torch? Is there, or I don't know. What's the light situation? What's the fire situation around here?
Yara was holding a torch that she lit.
Okay, so I look to Elson because I know this charmed business has been happening, or she's been using her staff, and I know what that staff does, I assume.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of like making eyes, like, huh, the fire in her hand, the oil over there, fire, oil, and hoping that she'll kind of direct him to do that. Meanwhile, I'll.
Well, actually, she got thrown across the ground. Did she pick it up again?
Yeah, I mean, she could. Yeah, she did get thrown. Whoop, I lost my headphones.
Oh, we can't hear us. Ah!
She did get thrown, so we could say that it's on the ground, still burning. So if you wanted to grab it, it would be easy to do that.
Great. So can Immel pick it up?
Sure.
And I guess I don't want to get close again, so I'm gonna chuck it.
Sure. Roll a ranged attack.
We're gonna say, do you know what Immel is short for? Immolation.
I was gonna make an Emily joke.
Dang it! That's a 6 + 2, so an 8.
But you're trying to get lower, right? Oh wait, no. Ranged attack.
Okay. I'm gonna not be a stickler here. I was gonna make it a 9 to hit because it's like an easy roll. You rolled you can do it with an 8. I'll let you do it with an 8.
Okay. You're the DM.
I know in the past when Immel has tried to do these things, it's always been like rolling a 5, and I'm like, I can't make a 5 work. I can't justify it. but an 8 I will justify. So you throw that torch. It goes and hits the oil at the feet of the ogre, and it just lights up. And the ogre is now on fire. He doesn't like it. Shockingly. Roll, 2d6.
Okay.
Oil is 1d8.
Oh, oil is 1d8 damage. I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
Yes.
Roll 1d8.
Roll a d8. That's a 6.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
The ogre's like, yeah, he's just like, what in the 9 hells? What is going on? You two are acting like idiots. My feet are burning up here.
We call that the hot foot where I'm from. He gets really smoldering when he does damage.
It's not good to have cold feet.
Oh, I like it.
I don't know if that counts as athlete's foot or not.
Cool.
Yeah, we're really good at this game.
Yeah, great. No, that was a very effective strategy. Okay. So that was a ranged attack. Spells are cast, if applicable, but no one was casting any spells. So melee attacks happen.
Yeah, I want to go up to the ogre and hit it with my warhammer. That's my goal. Okay, that is an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
And 6 damage.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
He's looking burned. He's looking bruised. He's not happy. He's not in fantastic shape, but he's still up. And he's just like, "What is with all you idiot people?" And he tries to, because that's it for your guys' thing. He swings his club around and tries to bring it down on Elson. Remind me what your armor class is. Never mind. Don't. He doesn't hit. He rolled a 3. There's no way he's hitting with that roll.
Elson's not wearing his armor, so that's great.
Okay. Yeah. And Yara and Daoud are just like we gotta talk out this violent. Like, I think Elson is right. We gotta chill out. We gotta think about this violent path we've been taking, and maybe just, be a little nicer to people. Just be a little nicer to people. So they're having that conversation off to the side. And yeah, so that's it for that round. And Davis, I'm very sorry. that you.
Oh,
Davis, would you like to roll initiative for? I'm sorry. Would anyone like to cast a spell? Probably not.
Nope.
Okay, Davis, would you like to roll initiative for the group?
yeah. Big ol' 4 again.
Unfortunately, I had another 5, so that will.
Dang.
So the ogre is going to attack either. I mean, Randall has moved away at this point. But he might go after the halfling because the halfling set him on fire. So I'm just gonna roll a percentage chance to see if he goes after. Allegedly set him on fire. I'm gonna roll a percentage chance to see if he goes after the halfling or the cleric who's next to him. He is going after that halfling. He's just like, I'm gonna get you, you little thing. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna squish you. I'm gonna step on you until you're paste.
Oh no!
What's your armor class?
17 it says on the sheet.
Wow.
With a -2 to hit.
Yeah, no, he does not. He does not hit at all. So he's just swinging his club around and slamming it. He like slams it down the ground, and all the gold sort of just like jumps a little bit when the ground shakes when his club hits it. But you're easily able to dodge out of the way. Oh yeah, because you have plate armor. I forgot that. Yeah, because halflings can
Yeah, he
wear.
does have plate.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
And a shield.
Yeah, that's why you have such a high armor class. There you go.
Yeah.
What a great character. So, that's him. If anyone would like to make any ranged attacks, do so now.
Oh, ranged attacks? Yes, I'll sling the ogre.
Sure. Or technically, movement happens first. So let's say you move far enough away from the ogre to
I'll
sling the ogre.
move far enough away
Yeah.
and I'll sling the ogre.
Yeah, roll the hit.
Go, magic D20. Ah, that's a 7.
Nope.
I'm rolling like Jordan always rolls in games, though.
Put it in a dice jail.
The door, just to point out, the door is like halfway open at this point. Melee attacks from anyone.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Oh, what's up?
I was wondering, is it possible to drink a potion while I'm waiting?
If you want, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, what potion do you drink?
Just one of my healing potions.
Oh, I forgot you had healing potions. Well, you can roll that healing if you want. Cool. Okay, so, yeah, roll to hit, Elson.
15.
Yes, that hits.
Ooh, sweet. And then 4 damage.
4 points of damage. He's still up, but barely. Real bad shape. That's that. New round of initiative.
Does he take ongoing fire damage?
Does the oil thing that said it dealt 1d8, does it say anything about ongoing fire damage?
No.
Then I'm going to assume not, because it gave a
Alright.
damage value, so I'm going to assume it knows what it's talking about.
I'll look it up, but I don't remember.
Okay. Well, who would like to roll initiative? You'll probably win. Gotta beat a big 2.
Did Michaela go yet?
I rolled a 1. Oh, shit.
Dave!
Someone else roll.
Oh no, Davis, you rolled already. It's too late.
Someone else roll
It's
for
too
me.
late.
What? David? Who's David?
Who is this David guy, and why are they rolling for us?
I don't know, but I think someone else should roll, like Jordan or.
Ooh, a
Wow.
flask of oil. Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. So, the ogre swings at Elson. Oh, what's your armor class without armor? It's probably 9, 10, something like that. That's gonna hit.
10.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
5 points of damage.
Okay,
Ow.
that's not so bad. Not so bad at all.
Not so bad. Okay. Any movements and ranged attacks?
Oh,
It's a new round.
it says that oil does damage is inflicted over 2 rounds as the liquid drips off.
Oh, okay. Sure. Would you like to roll that damage now?
Yes.
Okay. Roll
A
1d8.
D8. Hiya! 7.
7 damage. He
That's a
burns
lot.
it up. So the flames start to spread up him as he's swinging his club wildly, trying to take
Yes.
out
Fuel the fire.
Yeah. And he just goes like, no, I can't pull myself out. I don't know how to stop, drop, and roll. And he falls over to the ground, trying like in an action movie when someone gets set on fire and then they just run around and just fall over. It's kind of like that, except he's huge. So when he falls over, there's a big boom and like all the coins jump up a little bit, and the camels are just like ugh. And they start heading towards the door, which is mostly open at this point. But that's that. You did it.
So
Huzzah!
Hooray!
Well,
Good job.
I'll go back to-
can we like convince them?
Yeah. What are you asking?
Oh, so can we convince them to like give us all their stuff now, or?
I was thinking about it, so I'll go talk to them, and I'll just kind of sit down with them and be like, "Hey, buddies, how are you doing?"
Oh, I mean, Dawood is like, I took some arrows, but I'm gonna be okay. Ugh.
Yeah, you will be okay. It's true. You know what? Have you come to any conclusions about like your lifestyle? Because really, I think maybe a life like in like a monastery or something might really bring you some peace.
You know, how long does this charm effect last?
It doesn't have an end.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
indefinite.
why Onion is onion.
Yeah. Ooh. They're like, you know what? You might be right. This whole thing, it's a lot of blood, it's a lot of thievery, it's a lot of backstabbing. It's just yeah. Yeah, I think we should hang up the sword, Yara, and Yara's like, I couldn't agree more. Thank you, Elson, for just showing us the way to a new life.
You're so welcome. And you know, since you're hanging up your swords and everything, if you need some help just redistributing these goods, we can help you.
Oh yeah, I
Yes.
mean, we need to. If we're gonna get to a monastery, gosh, that's gonna be a ways. So we're gonna take some of this stuff, but you guys can you can have some of it if you want.
Yeah, do you have any cool magic stuff?
Yeah, we got some potions back there.
Oh, sweet. If you could go get those and bring them out to us, that would be lovely.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
All right.
This is so messed up.
They were gonna rob you and possibly kill you if you didn't let them rob you.
They did kill Sigrid.
It's,
Yeah.
And they did kill one of your party members.
I'll say a prayer over Sigrid's body.
Oh.
And whoever of the two charmed people are still there, I'll be like, so is there like a reverse, like an antidote to your sleep poison thing?
Oh, the sleeping draft. I mean, that'll just wear off after 8 hours. It's fine.
Okay.
They'll wake up. They'll have a headache, but they'll be okay. Okay, I need you to roll. This list is not as complete as I'd like. I'd like you to roll 1d20, but ignore a roll of 5 or above. So just re-roll if you get above. I'm sorry, 15 or above. If you get above 15, re-roll.
Okay, 8.
8. Oh, that's fun. Okay, you one of them is a bubbly violet liquid. Roll
Ooh.
again.
6.
6. A shimmering clear liquid. Roll one more time.
That's 17, so that's a 20. It's an 18. 15.
15. An amber shimmering liquid.
Okay, what was the one before Amber? Did you guys remember?
Shimmering clear liquid.
Okay.
So yeah, bubbly violet, shimmering clear, amber shimmering.
Okay.
Those are the potions.
Sweet.
Cool. So they're gonna head out. You guys
Yeah.
now have a cave. A cave with a magical door that can seal that you can stash all of your stuff in.
Hells yeah.
It's almost as if I, the DM, planned this for you.
Before they go, I would like to say also, it would be really great if you could just forget the password to the door.
It's just like, I mean, if we're not coming back here, we're not using it.
Yeah.
What
Maybe
you know.
Randall can figure out a way of changing it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe.
Now that I've been able to read it.
Yeah, that magical research feature might work for that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so they're gonna.
Oh! Do you think they could take Secret with them? Since I don't really want to have to clean him up.
Take this body.
Out this body and the ogre's body. Just
Dispose of this body in the desert.
You can use one of your own camels to like help you carry this stuff because it is heavy. I do understand. It would be terrible to like carry on your own.
I don't know how we're gonna move this
Emergency
ogre.
rations.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna move this ogre, but oh hey, did you guys and they point over to Fareed and they're like, you probably don't. None of us know where Enmakar is. I'm pretty sure Enmakar is a myth.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't. I'm just gonna point that out. So you want us to take him with us?
Yeah.
He's just gonna cause you problems. Honestly, it's bad.
That's true. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, just take him with you.
So they gather him up and they head out. They're
Ah!
So yeah, they couldn't take the ogre because it's too heavy, but they took Fareed. What, you gave them a camel or something?
If they had their own camel, they can take it. I'll let them take one.
No, they did not have their own camel, actually.
Okay, then they can walk.
Okay.
Fine.
Then they can. They don't have their own camel. Oh, okay. Then they can walk. They head out.
Good stuff.
Oh,
All right,
swear that staff.
you've
Like-
done it.
Tell
Else-
you, I'm not selling this.
How does Michaela always have the OP characters?
I think it's just I've been getting ridiculously lucky. I'm not switching dice. I'm using these two forever.
All right. Well, with that, the adventurers have successfully gone shopping, gone to an oasis, gotten a cave hideout in which they can stash stuff.
The magic user didn't die somehow.
Somehow the magic user didn't die because I rolled one lower on a die than I needed to kill him. But I still killed someone, so I feel good about myself. And that's you got betrayed. Do you like how the NPCs seemed so I finally gave you trustworthy NPCs, and those were the ones who were actually bad.
I mean, everything they said was really freaking shady. I'm sure if Onion was awake, he would have said the same.
I mean, just the way they laughed with Fareed.
Yeah, they were friends with Fareed. Automatically bad. And now you've got you're ready for the sort of the next leg of your journey. You've got supplies. You're good to go. You have an idea of where you want to go. You might want to go to the Tower of the Sands, or there's been some other places mentioned. You can go somewhere else on the map if you'd like. And that's gonna pretty much be it for this week. For this week's installment of Seekers of the Scorpion Crown, the BX Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Big thanks to my players, to all my viewers out there. Big thanks to myself for writing all of this. I really appreciate it, me. And
Good job, me.
if you are interested in playing BX Dungeons and Dragons, I think I said it during the show, but I would highly recommend going over to DriveThruRPG and checking out Necrotic Gnome Press's BX Essentials. I think they're still up there. You can actually. I don't think you can buy them anymore because they're doing like a re-release in the fall, so there's a whole change up with that, but I'm pretty sure you can still download the text documents of all of those books, and they're basically rewrites of the 1981 BX books, except they're like way clearer and easier to read, and the rules are very nice. Everything's cleaned up real well. So yeah, check that out if you'd like. Final word to anyone who is a Twitch subscriber or a Patreon patron. Thank you guys again for supporting the channel. And up next, we have another show that's name is escaping me. I keep wanting to say it's like we are the monsters, but I feel like it's like slightly different than that. And I'm just getting the name of the show wrong, then I always feel bad because I don't want to get people's show names wrong. I'm going to bring up the schedule in a quick second. Here we go, yes. So, Who Are the Monsters is the show at 8 p.m., so 45 minutes from now, on the Greyhawk channel, the channel you've been watching. Congratulations. That is Bianca Zelda is DMing that, and that is, I believe, Monster of the Week system that they're playing. But there are a million different shows happening this summer on the channel. Check them out. There's lots of Saltmarsh stuff that's super good. Somebody's running Hidden Shrine of Tomoa-chan, which is a cool old school adventure. There's Vecna game. There's obviously the DM Shane games like Return to Greyhawk, and I believe he does Savage Tide as well. Really cool stuff. So check out all that. And finally, let's talk a little bit about who we are, and then we can let you go. So, hey everybody, tell us where people can find you on the internet. Davis.
Hello, I'm Davis. And mostly, aside from this, I'm on Dank Dungeons. We just did season 3. Now we're going to do season 4, right, Lex? Are we doing season 4?
Sure, that'll happen at some point.
All right, so Lex says it's going to happen, so that's a promise. We promise you we're going to be doing season 4. Hear words from Lex's mouth. It's going to have 50 episodes. 50 episodes, whole new set.
6 seasons in a movie.
Huge, 6 seasons in a movie. You know, tons of money and time is going to be put into this. Check it out, Dank Dungeons TV. We're on Twitter, Dank Dungeons TV, and YouTube, Dank Dungeons TV. Check it out. Lex also told me he's God, but I don't really think that's the truth.
We'll talk about it later. Michaela, what are you up to?
Okay.
Where can people find you?
I'm Michaela. I am McBoots42, most places on the internet. On Twitch, I am actually It's McBoots42, because my name got stolen. And you can catch me at Orcs in Portland. It's Portland, Oregon's own original pop-up tavern, and that'll be this Monday night, and I'll be running a table there. And then I also have my own D&D stream, Celtic Knot, streaming live this Tuesday night. So you can find all that information on my Twitter at McBoots42.
Very cool. All right, and Wild Engineer, where can people find you?
Yes, hi, Weldon. I'm Wild Engineer. Doing a couple things on Mondays on Scratix Academy. I do some Call of Cthulhu. Also do some Masks New Generation on Welcome to the Party. On Tuesdays on Encounter Roleplay, I do some D&D. It's also this D&D on Saturdays. An hour after this on Other Doc, I'm doing some Invisible Sun. And tomorrow on Welcome to the Party, I am running a one-shot of Mutants in the Night. So yeah.
Nice. That system sounds very cool. I've heard good things about it. Cool. So, Jordan.
Hi, I'm Jordan, and you can find me as Jordan with a PH in the middle on all of the social medias. And if you go to YouTube and search for that, you will find my YouTube channel that has a whole bunch of useful videos about the Forgotten Realms and various D&D lore. And that's me.
Nice. All right. Very cool. And Davis said it earlier, but you can find me on Twitter at Dank Dungeons TV. I do that show. I also write stuff for DM's Guild sometimes. Check that out by searching DM's Guild. Lex Mandrake, I believe, will bring you to the things that I've written. And that's it, everybody. We gotta go. Have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday. Don't die.